You know, a near bend of that gravity, 0.15, 0.2, you've just seen Amanor score 9.812. That's worth a 9.8 still, even with that landing, but is she going to get it?
She knows that she hasn't put in the best performance or the best of her abilities in that final tumble.
But this opening tumble, you see, is so superior. Double Arabian, an E element, and working out of it into a front somersault. And here, 1.5 twist into 2.5 twist pike front punch.
She's putting on a smile, she's putting on a brave face, she's fully aware of what was good and what was not so good about that routine. The question is, she goes into first position now. The people who she's up against, Raducan, still to perform, but 9.675. It's a good score, but she could have done with a 9.7. Obviously a 9.8 would have been a delight, but that really does still leave the door wide open for the Romanians, including Amanor and Raducan, to come back. And it is Amanor who will perform next. Amanor is on the vault, as is Andreea Raducan, and once again the Romanians have had the benefit of seeing the defending world champion buckle under the pressure, maybe certainly lose her concentration. We can now disregard Corkina from the battle for the gold medal. She will not defend that title, and now can Amanor, who was so often caught in the shadow of Corkina. In last year's Europeans, a silver medalist, in the 97 all-around competition at the World Championships in Lausanne, the silver medalist. And of course Amanor, when the great Lilia Podkopayeva took gold in Atlanta, found herself in the bronze medal behind her great friend and compatriot Gina Gosian. This is her chance for gold. Raducan and Alaru are her competitors once again, and her teammates. Romania, with already 1 gold to their name in the women's team competition. I'd love to see Amanor take it, if nothing else, purely for patience and purely for sticking it out and sticking through. Tenacity, maybe, is the word we're looking for there.
Yes,
she's gone through a lot of competitions, Monica.
She has, but we're talking about judging the best gymnast in the world. And I agree with you on all of those grounds for every reason. And I think actually she's going to do it, because looking at Karpenko's 9.6 score, I don't think that you can take the world title on a 9.6 score. Brilliant vault there. Yurchenko double twist, she's got all the power, beautiful leg power, which gives her lots of time in the air. Very long vault, it could have been higher, but very long. But I think this could be a Romanian 1, 2, 3, but possibly Karpenko could just spoil that.
A good start for Amanor, and Octavian Belu, the Romanian coach, giving her some encouraging words there. He certainly seemed happy with that first. Again, well within the rules to give her a little bit of advice, a little bit of a pep talk or two. Let's see that first round score. Remember, 2 vaults, the average is the final score, 9.725, and that's good enough to put Amanor in the lead. Let's check out this second one. Again, this is vital as the pressure mounts.
Of course, Belu could talk to her, because she wasn't performing. It was a rest in between vault number 1 and vault number 2. 9.8 start value, this second vault. Jump forwards. Again, the Phelps vault, but she put in her highest scoring vault first. That's basically what's going to keep her average high. On an individual front, that had quite a hefty pike on the after flight. Don't think that'll bring her in such a good score, but nevertheless, brilliant vaulting. Massive power, but ooh, huge jump over to the right.
Now let's see how the judges mark that one. Best score put in first. And hopefully we'll stay with the vault, because it's Raducan who will be next up. Second position. The Ukrainian still leads, 29.124. Amanor still very much in the chase. Alexandra Sola for France, next to go, not really in the chase. And hopefully the director can get us back to the vault of the next Romanian, Raducan, but a good chance to see one of France's top young performers.
Good series of hand changes prior to the Jaeger somersault. One of the special requirements Must be 3 bar changes. That was 1. Undershoot over the bottom bar, then the blind, and then Arabian double in half out. Remember, we've got Karpenko on vault on the next round. Simone Amanat dropped her average score down to the 9.6s, which put her pretty much a parallel with Karpenko. Karpenko was lying in 2nd place, and if Karpenko can come up with the goods on vault, that puts pressure on Amanat. But we're looking at Raducanu, Olaru, Amanat and Karpenko so far in the driving seat for the title. Sola's bar routine clean. Good to see the French have 3 finalists in the top 36.
France, a nation that was a little distressed with the injuries that it was sustained within its men's squad. Of course, France, the European champions in the team competition, but not qualifying for the men's final. Very disappointing for them, but again, their women's team putting on a good performance. You have to excuse my frustration, but I'm desperate for the director to get us over to the vault performance of Andrea Raducanu, because that really will be the key ingredient in the story, and hopefully, yes, we'll be there. They're having a little warm-up, and he's getting us over. We'll bring you the score of Alexandra Sola, who's down in the low 20s after her first 2 performances, with, at the moment, in the first half, we split with 8 performers in each of the competitions into 2 groups of 4. And after that first half, in the third of 4 rotations, we have Karpenko leading for the Ukraine once again. Amanat, there's the score, 11th position. That's a good jump up for the French competitor Alexandra Sola, and looking to move into the top 10. But as we were saying earlier, Karpenko and Amanat, who performed in the first half of rotation 3, and the big one will be the opener on the vault in the second half, Andrea Raducanu for Romania. And there she is on your screens now, who will have a couple of warm-ups, and then she will look to possibly extend her lead, which she had over Karpenko coming into this third rotation. Well, also on the beam in this second half of the third rotation, Zamolodchikova for Russia. Zamolodchikova lying in 5th position, and she's the best medal hope for the Russians. She had a sensational A-bars performance, and that rocketed her into a potential medal-winning position. And there she is warming up on the beam. It always amazes me, Monica, when they are warming up, the casual approach to a fall, a tumble, and there we saw young Elena, what she was doing off the dismount there. She didn't really worry, but then they get back into the competition, and it's as if they press a different tape on their machine, and away they go with full focus.
Well, that was what they do, they prep skills, and she obviously is doing a full in back out, which is a full twist, 2 somersaults off the round off, with a full twist in the first. And all she wants to do is get the setup of the skill right. So she does the round off and the full in, which is the full twisting tuck back, and then it's over rotating, so she has to slow down the rotation by splitting the legs, but it just gives her, it's the timing that they search for. And Zamolodchikova is really a brilliant gymnast. I would think that she's a great contender for alongside Karpenko and Raducanu for an Olympic gold medal.
Well, and fortunately we are not in charge of the pictures, and it looks like the Chinese director, possibly understandably so, is going to go with Dongfang Xiao, and there you can see just in the foreground the leader Andrea Raducanu preparing for her vault. Hopefully we'll get them both in. Oh, what a disastrous start for Dongfang Xiao. China still looking to find a competitor in the top 10 after taking bronze in the women's team event the day before yesterday.
Lovely round off, straight back, beautiful quality. I can't understand the producer today, because in the team event he didn't follow the goods, and today in the individual event he's following the Chinese and missing so many top performances, so he's taking away the championship from the viewers, really. This is just a demonstration of some of the participants. Dongfang Xiao, a brilliant gymnast, but not a contender for the title. But for the purists, they'll be very interested in seeing this gymnast and some of the amazing skill that she has to offer. It didn't come off. She had a round-off Corbett, which is a flick to chest roll, and she took that off centre. But in the middle, very reminiscent of the great Chinese gymnast Yang Bo, she performed a round-off with a real, look at that, a real straight back. Just a hesitation on the landing,